My name's Helen Friedman. I used to be Helen Koner back when I was in Law 86.
And I'm Alec Friedman, and I'm in my second year of law right now and looking to graduate in 2018.
I'm really excited she is at Queen's because it's so great to come back and visit and see what a beautiful place this is. It's really come a long way. Very much appreciated it.
I'm Peter Wells. I graduated from Queen's Law in 1976.
Right.
The law school here wasn't a competitive thing. It was a cooperative exercise. Like everyone in the class, as a rule, generally got along. Obviously, there were people that you didn't get along with quite as well as the others. But as a group, I think we got along reasonably well as a group, and we had fun learning this stuff together.
Sheena McCaskill, Law 86.
Stephen Shammy, Law 86.
And Stephen, you were saying while you were in law school, you were extraordinarily busy.
I was. I love my time at law school, but I also had a cross appointment teaching in the School of Commerce at Queen's, so I taught there for those 3 years, and I also played 2 varsity sports while at law school.
Which sports?
Tennis and squash.
How did you guys have time to meet? How did that happen?
Well, it's a very simple story. I realized that I wasn't going to make it through law school with everything going on, so I had to find the person who had the best study notes in the whole school. And so then I said, okay, now I found her. Now I'm going to ask her to marry me so I can make sure that I get her study notes. And that's how I got her study notes, and I passed law school.
I did have good study notes, Matt.
My name's Alec Medberg. I graduated from Queen's Law in 1966, and then went on to do a master's at New York University and articled and practiced in Toronto for 42 years after that. There were some good people here. There were very few duds, quite frankly. It was a terrific faculty. And as far as courses, they were, I happened to have been a good student too, so I was the medalist in our class. So I liked being a law student. So, and the profs obviously must have liked what I did. So, but those are my comments.
I practice commercial litigation and insolvency law. I'm a bit like Janice in that I'm in the area that I'm in primarily because of people that I worked with, mentors, people who brought me along, and so that would be one of my comments to make, to encourage young people to ensure that they link up with excellent practitioners when they can, and I think that can really influence and guide your career. But I also really support what Sarah has said. If you have a direction and you know what you like, pursue that passion the way you have. And I think we'll have more of us remain in the practice when we love what we're doing.
And I got a little concerned that was too long to be out of the law. I think it's like riding a bike, but clients and employers don't see it that way. And it was just an opportune time. My business was stable. It was a good time for me to leave the role I was in, and then there was a compelling reason to come back into legal. And so I'm back, and I love it being back. It's really fun combining the business with the legal. I don't know whether I'll stay in law forever or take another round trip or one-way trip out. But the exciting part is just, seeing where the wind blows you. And my last piece of advice is go where the growth is. You want to be in areas of the business or areas of the law that are growing and that are exciting.
But knowing that your friends are out there and supporting you in what you've decided to do is a great comfort, and I think is very necessary in whatever career you choose. I just really want to commend my colleagues for some of their comments, which I just think are incredibly wise. And the thing I wanted to add on for those who are
hearing this, and I'm thinking about people still in law school or on the cusp of graduating from law school, if I had heard a panel like this, and from time to time we heard people speak, I would have been incredibly intimidated and thinking, yeah, but that's never going to be me. Oh my goodness, these people sound so impressive, and this kind of scares me. So I really want to echo Janice's comments about sort of feeling the fear, because we were all feeling that fear when we were in law school, right? We would have been intimidated by this panel, right? So, you know, we didn't get where we are overnight. We're here for our 25th year reunion, and we have all worked hard, and we've had stumbles along the way, and it wasn't like we knew where our careers were going to end up at all. And so I just think it's important to know that too, that you know, we've all had missteps, things we do differently, struggles, questions about whether we're going to keep going at different points. And so I just wanted to make sure that people understand that too.
Whether it's your own voice talking to you or whether it's society's voice saying, I couldn't possibly do it, if it's what you want to do it and trust that it'll all work out.
And to echo Sarah from earlier, be kind to yourself. And I think that's part of Paula's message, be kind to yourself, but be kind to each other, because these are the people that, so my small group is here. These are the people I started with, and these are the people I'm still hanging out with 25 years later.
This is Law 66.